Shocking new details have emerged about how the CIA tortured a former resident of Baltimore, Maryland, who's been in U.S. detention since 2003. Over the years, Khan has detailed U.S. torture practices to his attorneys at the Center for Constitutional Rights, but until recently, much of the information remained classified. According to the declassified notes, Khan was waterboarded on 2 separate occasions. He was hung on a wooden beam for days on end. He spent much of 2003 in total darkness, and he experienced repeated beatings and threats to beat him with tools, including a hammer.
He later confessed to delivering $50,000 to al-Qaeda operatives in Indonesia and to plotting with 9/11 mastermind Khalid Sheikh Mohammed to serve as a sleeper agent for al-Qaeda in the United States.
In 2012, Khan pleaded guilty to conspiracy, material support, murder, and spying charges in exchange for serving as a government witness.
Shortly before he arrived in Guantánamo, during the course of a criminal case that was being tried here in New York, his name came up, and the government introduced at that trial a stipulation, a written document that acknowledged that they had him in custody, and the document purported to describe things that he would say about what was going on in the trial. So that was the first time that his family knew that he was in U.S. custody. And after that, we were in contact with his family, and they asked us to file a case.
Well, I want to turn to a comment by former U.S. Justice Department Attorney John Yoo, who played a key role in drafting the Bush administration torture memos. In December, he appeared on CNN after the release of the Senate committee report on the CIA's use of torture. He was asked about the allegations of torture, which include about Majid Khan, such as forced rectal feeding. This was Yoo's response.
I agree with you. If these things happened as they're described in the report, as you describe them, those were not authorized by the Justice Department. They were not supposed to be done. And those people who did those are at risk legally because they were acting outside their orders.
In a review of the George W. Bush presidency, it was called the Bush Doctrine and Combating Terrorism.
A Committee on Intelligence study on rendition, detention, and interrogation was a partisan political study. It was not two-sided, and there are further facts that need to come out from those who are able to, I think, correct some of the misstatements in the Senate study.
I am all in favor of the public release of the entire report, as well as the CIA's own Panetta review. I think that's a starting point for accountability.
Leon Panetta.